Is it working? This is like completely strange and different. There's a duck up there. This is surprisingly easy to do. Huh. I can mute, kill the camera, share the screen, and invite folks. This is my first StreamYard. What's up? There's a lot of words I don't want to hear from Monday. Like, here's the bill. I can put banners up. I'm going to have to play with this song. Is it buffering? Microsoft did updates. My computer is now molasses slow. It's lit. There's nothing I can do about it. The last update, they cratered my computer. Doesn't every time I do anything, it automatically stops my taskbar down here, and then slows everything down until the taskbar shows back up. If I want to go to Windows, if I want to pull up my Windows, it takes it forever to pull up. Yeah. Well, that's cool. You should like catch a bunch and fry them or roast them or something. Chipper. Okay. Now I apologize for my voice on the Bible study. Apparently, when you quit smoking, then your body starts moving the junk that was in your lungs out, and it makes it difficult to talk. The anyway. I don't have any lemon juice. Thanks, Brian. Tomorrow I get to try to do the stuff to get the money to him. I was going to do it today, but I got sidetracked and didn't. Now give me just a minute. I'm going to get some coffee. That was probably the wrong thing to take. It was a suppressant instead of an expectorant, but fighting with it all day long. Actually, I've been fighting with it for 2 weeks. Well, a week. Anyway, how to prep. Everybody in here knows how to prep, I would think. The rules are very simple. First, you figure out what your needs are. Well, how might one go about doing that, Mr. West? Well, you see, you have to do some self-analysis. What do you need to have stockpiled for you and those dependent upon you? No fictitious fairy tale group of people, Aunt May and Uncle Johnny and all the nephews and nieces. Aunt Martha, whatever. She can come, that's fine. She doesn't take up that much space. If y'all get a chance to come to our garage sale, you need to do it. Anyway. You need, don't make it harder than it has to be. Don't prep for Bitty Bob and his 12 kids. They're not your problem. Okay, we're starting from day one, basics. Boom. I don't know what prepping is. That's where we're going to start this. Chipper's leaving. All right, Chipper. Have a good night. You're not going to know how to prep, though. I just want you to know that you're going to have to watch this tomorrow while you're driving and watching the sun come up. You can listen to it. I'll try to call out what they're saying in the side chat so you won't have to stop and read it. Okay? Okay. Anyway, you, the person listening to my voice, Chipper, need to sit down and decide whether or not you can successfully eat dragonflies, or if you need to store food for you, your 2 dogs, and your wife. In importance in that order, apparently. You have to do this. You have to decide what y'all need. You have to decide. My caloric intake is different than your caloric intake. If I tried to exist off the calories that the missus ate, I would look like a Holocaust victim. If I tried to survive off of the caloric intake that my niece eats, I would look like the Goodyear blimp, and she looks like a Holocaust victim. She has a very high metabolism. She can eat anything. But not if you eat them first. Who said that? Oh, Rachel. He's being sworn. He's got to defend himself. That's something else. Basic prepping. Do not, if what good's it going to do you to have 1,000 rounds of ammunition for 4 different firearms if you don't have a week's worth of groceries? Well, I guess I can use that gun to go hunt. You live in the city. The only thing you're going to be hunting is your neighbor and his groceries.
But not Daniel.
But not Daniel.
What is it?
Not Daniel. Don't eat Daniel.
Because Wesley already has it.
I already ate Daniel. I'm amazed he can still make videos. Anyways, last time he tried to make a video, the weather even tried to take him out. I mean, NSA got more power up there than it does down here, I guess. Yes, she did. Why is this coffee cold? Is that coffee hot?
What?
Is that coffee hot?
Yeah.
This ain't. Be right back.
Well, I was thinking it wasn't, so I took a big gulp and it was
Well,
hot.
you could put your finger in it or something.
The way you made it sound, it was cold, so I was gonna take a big drink. Goofy child.
Anyway, back to it. You have to decide what you need. Okay? Once you decide what you need, which isn't a bunch of ammo and guns to go rob from your neighbor, because that's not cool. That's not prepping. That's practicing for being a marauder. You're going to be part of the problem. If that's how you're prepping, if you're getting guns and ammo first, and you're saying, well, I'm going to run security for these other people, they just need to feed me. Change your name to Richard or Richardette. I don't care. Okay? Seriously, you just need to do that now. I stole this. It's like the coolest toy ever. You put it on there, and it takes the top off the can, and it's not sharp. I don't know how it does that, but the top of the can's not even sharp. In case y'all are wondering, I saw it in there. I thought I was sure. Yes, it's purple. They had it in the garage sale. I was like, ooh. If I see something I want, I just take it. It's my pay. It's all I get paid. Yes, that's better. That's warm coffee. Hello, Just in Time Prepping, and Carol, and everybody else I didn't say hi to. Killdeer, Walter Davis, Mother in the Wild. Daniel God is my Judge the Skeleton.
Oh, jeez. I fell asleep.
Corsair's in here. Hey, Corsair.
Daniel said, so I told Wes, stop and lick my foot. Wes said, I want my false teeth back.
Anyways, there you go. First thing you need to do is make sure that your calories are taken care of, assuming that you have a house. And
So are you drinking warm coffee now?
yes, I'm drinking warm coffee now. The other was cold. I guess I'll let it get cold. Okay, I'm going to find that spider, and I'm going to kill him. I got rid of him over here, and now he has, from that mag loader up to the ceiling, brand new shiny web right there. How did he string it across the room?
He jumped. Jumping spider.
I guess so. Anyway, but assuming you have a place to live, if you're living under a bridge or whatever, but you can still like afford an iPhone, chances are you probably know some place you could stash some groceries. So, no excuses. You need to cover your hydration and your calories. That's the basics of prepping. You don't need a bug out bag until you have food. Until you have the basic, the government says you need to be able to last, was it, the first stage is 3 days, then it's 3 weeks, 30 days, or is it, did they ever do the 3 months, or they bump it to 6 months now? or something. Anyway, that's what you do it. First, okay, I will learn to keep 3 days worth of food. Then I will learn to keep 3 weeks worth of food. Then I will learn to keep 3 months worth of food. Then I will learn to keep 6 months of food. You're boom, you're set at a half a year worth of groceries. You don't have to go out and shoot your neighbor's dog to have something to eat. You do not have to eat all the dragonflies in the neighborhood and let the mosquitoes take over because you have groceries. Simple, pretty simple stuff. Um, what else? So then, if the government's saying 6 months, you need to figure out some way to get to 6 years. Yeah, 6 weeks will get you out of a lot.
Daniel says, eat the spider, not Daniel. Spiders is the new red meat.
Spiders is the new red meat. Daniel, when hunting, whether it be bison, moose, elk, elephant, human, always take the one that's rugged or dragging behind the rest of them. Keeps the herd healthy. It's nothing personal. Besides, you look to be just about the right marble. And
Rachel said that her neighbor's dog is annoying.
well, if the neighbor's dog's annoying, then sneak out with a baseball bat, have some soup. I mean, don't do that. But the last thing you want is your neighbor's dog being annoying when you're trying to pretend like there's nobody there. But that's advanced prepping. If you're caught in Babylon, the city, the major population areas, which when I say major population areas, I mean anywhere with more than 60,000 people, you're going to die. I'd be really afraid of 20 because at least 50% of that 20,000 people are not going to be stellar individuals. Okay? And when you got, and the stellar people aren't all going to be friends. So they're not going to behave stellarly.
And if the neighbor's annoying, then go ahead and make stone soup with you. Corsair.
Hold on, what?
Corsair wants to know what if the neighbor's annoying, not the neighbor's dog.
If the neighbor's dog is cool and the neighbor's annoying, dude, it's use your best judgment. Okay. This is Milwaukee. There's not really, the rules are not the same. Now, if it's a short-term emergency, if it's going to be over in 3 weeks or 6 weeks or something like that, I'm pretty certain that you're not going to want to make long pork stone soup. Okay? No Daniel bacon. Okay? That's not acceptable. Okay? Dog, cat, canary, cockatoo, whatever. You know, that would be different. Ish. But nah, most of that stuff burns up in the cooking. Personally, I don't know that I would hunt those. Those are more like bang it and leave it lay. And you folks that are depending on, look right here. stuff like this to make your water drinkable or whatever. This is great for camping or get home bag or whatever. This is not a long-term solution. I got me one of them there propane burners. I got me one of them there Coleman burners, runs on gasoline. I can put white gas on that. Yep. Till the white gas is gone. Seriously, you get it's a hibachi. They're what, like 20 something bucks at Walmart. You can get, they have a deck barbecue grill at Walmart for 40 bucks. It's a little tailgater. It's really cool. I actually thought about getting mine. The bottom fell out of my little hibachi. That's my fault. I left the coals in the bottom of it. Anyway, practice cooking on wood. Okay. Well, I use charcoal. Charcoal and wood are not the same thing. You can go to here. You can stop at a convenience store and you can buy enough wood to build a fire to practice cooking on wood. You don't have to have. I live in an apartment. I don't have access to wood. You got a Walmart. I'm sure there's a hardware somewhere. Yes. I need to buy some of that wood over there. What are you gonna do with it? None of your business. Prepping is about finding ways around your excuses not to get something done. You see Savage, he's got like 2 MREs ready to rock. And we're going to start talking about, y'all honestly don't want me to get, we don't want to have the dog conversation. Sadie is not allowed to be mean to people. If a guy breaks into my house and steals my stuff and I find his bloody shirt in her mouth, me and her are going to have a real problem. I don't like aggressive dogs. I don't like them.
You see Daniel?
That's rough. Did she look dejected or disappointed when you met her at the door? I'm just asking. Check her purse for what do you call it? The paint samples. See if she was already planning on redoing your man cave or whatever. Don't worry about it. Oh, she's talking about her goats. Well, those are important too. Do you fly Corsair? Or do you do the boat pilot stuff, or is that just something I'm completely off target on because I completely missed the conversation? Are you out here, Aid? Or somebody else out here? Killdeer's out. Oh. All right, Killdeer. We'll see you later, man. It's hard to keep up with because I can't tell it's got little bitty fonts. There we go. The letters are different than on YouTube. Y'all calm down. I was doing domesticated husband stuff, and I found bourbon. And this works with cough medicine, or what do you call it? Spectrum of hope. There's a dead ant in my bourbon. He didn't drink, but anyway, once you figured out what you need in groceries, start getting it. And everybody else has said the same exact thing. Prep what you eat. We eat rice. We like rice. One of my favorite things is rice and chicken, or chicken and rice. I can make killer chicken and rice. So we need to can some more chicken, I guess. We do that. We've got shelf upon shelf of canned chicken. Yeah, we canned it. And then we buy some here and there. Well, Mother in the Wild, by teaching that a wife is supposed to love and honor and respect her husband at church, you're teaching the wife to be less nowadays. So that's sexist and it's not allowed. Heaven forbid that we should actually follow God instead of the precepts of man. But this isn't a Bible study, so. Yeah, GMO is fine. Deer corn. If you do not have a pallet of deer corn stacked up, I don't know how many bags of deer corn I have back there. It's corn. You run it through we tried it. We made cornbread with it. It tasted fine. It was actually really good. Tasted like cornbread. It was weird. If you think that cornbread's not GMO corn, then you probably don't know much. Quinoa is good. You got to know how to prep or prepare quinoa. The only downside to quinoa is you've got to rinse it, so you're losing water. Okay, that's my only problem with storing quinoa is the fact that you've got to wash it before you can cook it. So you've got to take you put it in the water, you soak it, you drain the water off, then you cook it, and the water that you got to throw it away. So that's my only gripe with quinoa. I actually like it. I think it tastes good. It tastes like malto meal after you wash. But if you don't rinse it first, it tastes like crap. Why did I read that comment?
Huh?
Mother in the Wild. They wouldn't say something like that. Well, I don't watch the rice, but doesn't it come out real bitter, Rachel? If we do it without rinsing it, it tastes it is bitter. It's like eating acorns or something. It's hard. No. And GMO is a abused term, Will. It's not something they add to or whatever. Okay. Some of it they actually go in and mess with, actually do gene splicing and stuff like that.
Wheat was tall.
Yeah. Now it's short and big heads.
And It's because it's been modified.
It's been modified.
The genetics of it have been modified. That's GMO.
The process of creating a Chihuahua, the breed of dog Chihuahua, was genetic modification. It is the Chihuahuas are genetically modified organisms. Sadie is the result of genetic modifications through breeding. The different types of sweet potatoes are the result of genetic modification through breeding. Herefords, Black Angus, Brahma, genetically modified organisms are the way mankind has done it.
For the most part, we'll know.
GMO ain't gonna hurt you.
For the most part, it doesn't.
People are like, well, it's just not natural. The people that started all that, we need to shut down this GMO, were the seed companies that didn't have access to Monsanto's proprietary seeds. Okay? Why would you want to plant Billy Bob's seed and feed seeds that are only going to produce 100 bushels an acre, when you can plant Monsanto's GMO seeds, which are going to produce 250 bushels an acre? Billy Bob couldn't compete, so he had to start some rumors up in here. You know, that GMO is going to cause your wife's boobs to fall right off her chest. Oh, I swear. And next thing you know, GMOs is a bad thing. How many of you people like sleeping under Egyptian cotton? Genetically modified to increase fiber length. Say what? Yep. GMO's a load of.
Daniel said his wife said you're talking too loud now.
Sorry, Mrs. Daniel. God is my judge. Sleep tight. Have a good night. Daniel is talking bad about your goat. I'm assume they would or whatever, but they couldn't do it for forever. Okay. Virginia. Hey, Virginia. When Terra, that's the name of the earth, by the way. When Terra becomes Teotihuacan, then well, you're not gonna care. You're not gonna care if you spent 40 hours a week marching for better treatment of abandoned dogs. When you're looking at your 2 or 3 year old, 4, 5, 6, 7 year old kid whose ribs are showing, and there's a 45 or 50-pound stray dog sitting there fat and happy because he's been eating dead people. You're smacking the dog in the top of the head, and y'all are eating meat. You're not going to care if that's Sara Lee or Monsanto grain. You're not going to care if it's heirloom squash,
But
or
the GMO seeds will not germinate. They've made them that way, kind of like when you end up with a mule and it's sterile.
yeah,
Same thing with the seeds. Once they do certain things to it, the seeds will not reproduce.
right. But the plants can pollinate, and the you can cross pollinate. That's the hybrids. The stuff that I have, the hybrids, they're not GMO. Hybrids will germinate. They'll have.
Yeah.
People are like, oh, if they're not heirloom seeds, they won't work. That's not true.
That's not true.
But some of the stuff, they have it set to where, you buy the seeds from us or they don't work.
Yeah.
And night, Brian.
Did you see C103's comment?
What do you put? It's really hard to read this whole word.
Let me go back up. My father-in-law, who doesn't understand the live chat, keeps saying that this guy on TV is drunk or something.
Actually, sir, I am not drunk yet. Don't Sadie, you'll go out in a minute. Yes, I just randomly talk to people that aren't here. You can't see them, sir, but there is a whole line of people talking to me in words, written word. I read the written word and then I speak out loud to them because I can't type that fast. This is how I save my fingers. Hey, the Burley Carpenter's in here. He likes fireworks good. Sort of. Yes, I'm just crazy. What Biddy Boo said mostly. I am sipping on some rather old bourbon, which is really good. Okay, I'll just give up. That's fine with me. I don't know. Does anybody in here, does anybody like behind the curve, does anybody in this room not understand how to prep? Because, if I'm going to do these live streams, might as well try to teach somebody. Good night, Daniel. Try to put some meat on you. If you can. Sorry. Well, not really. And Corsair, if you answered a while ago about the pilot thing, I did not catch it. My brother had a pilot license for a while, but that was for a boat. So I didn't even know it was a thing. Yeah, pretty much preaching to the choir. I'm hoping people will start coming in and rewatching some of this stuff or whatever. Just a heads up, y'all need to go to my alternate channel, because if I can do live streams over there, I am going to start live streaming from Wes S, the real one, my other YouTube channel. Because I want the more focused content to be more visible on this one. So, and yes, I actually do occasionally put out focused content. the Bible studies are focused content by definition, but they don't get any runtime because I have so many of uh, the live streams. So people unclick the notification bell. You know, if you're not the kind of person that wants to go into a live stream and chat, which we're all the people that want to go and we like going to these things. Yeah, it's 9 here, mother. See, I didn't know if he was talking about Corsairs like the plane, or Corsairs like the ship, or Corsair. Well, no, that was a Corvair. Like the Chevy car. I don't know. You're in Hawaii or something, Rachel. It just trips me out that there's somebody in Hawaii listening to me talk right now. Well, and then somebody in Great Britain, 7. Yeah, crap. Yeah. Yo, you're in California. Were you in California, Aaron? It should be 9 where you're at, Will, isn't it? Yeah, the whole corn, and you can get washed corn for livestock feed for just a few dollars, like $2 more, two or $3 more a bag, and it's washed and it's ready to go. I mean we've actually used it too to make some cornmeal, and it's better than the other. But in Nebraska. Do y'all not do the? Huh? That's weird. Don't guess it matters. Yeah. And another thing, everybody needs to quit busting each other's chops on what flavor gun they got. Oh, you need something. Hold on. I got caught up on something else I was wondering about. Anyway, um, you need something to take livestock. You need something for personal protection. And if you are able-bodied enough to run and gun, you need a platform that allows you to do such. Does it matter what kind it is? No. Do you need to be able to reach out and touch somebody at 500 yards with a rifle when everybody within 100 yards is shooting at you? No, you need to be able to shoot back at 100 yards. You need to be able to put a lot of lead that direction so you can scuttle behind the wall and crawl off to a safe place to shoot again. There's no response. and stuff like that. Best thing to do is vote your way out of having to do that, which is still possible if all of the people would come together and get somebody up there. And you do it on the local and the state levels, local, state, and then it's the Senate. We got to get some people in the Senate. Okay. First thing, if the person went to college to become a politician, don't vote for them. The end. Okay. Hand crank, the only way to go. That thing, what is it? Did we ever figure out what that was called that we got? The slicer, dicer, majigger? No, but it's we bought another hand crank thingy. It's a slicer. Well, okay.
We've got coffee grinder. We've got 2 grain grinders, or one or two.
We got 1 grain grinder, 2 meat grinders.
2 meat grinders, the coffee grinder, and then the vegetable.
And the vegetable slicer, dicer, majigger.
Thingy, yeah.
And actually the one meat grinder, whatever, you can it actually does a fairly decent job on cracking the corn. Hold on. She'll put a link to it in there. If you go to my channel, dadgummit, I don't know how to do that. But I may do like Friday nights. I may move Friday night to Patreon, but it'll be public on Patreon. If you're following me on Patreon, you should be able to do the Friday night thing. And if you want to share the link for that one or whatever to get whoever wants in on the Friday night chat or whatever to come over, that'll be fine. You know, it'll be unlisted, but anybody that wants to come into the Friday night chat can. But Tuesday night, I'll keep going. Saturday night, I'll keep going. But Saturday night, I've got to figure out how to do it to where whenever the stream ends, it goes to private or to unlisted. So it doesn't show up on my thing. Some of the live streams are cool, you know, to go back and watch through, but we never talk about anything on these things that's really worth going back and investing an hour and a half, 2 hours of your life in. Honestly, this is a visit. It's not really all that educational. So it's not, you know, you need to be here to actually enjoy it. He thinks he's going to stab me. Oh. I wonder what you're doing. Somebody wants you to wave or something? Oh.
I did.
There you go. There is a crank corn grinder for grinding corn into grits. For chickens. Old poultry farms always had them.
So tell that mass woman to get on camera.
And all you got to do if it's unlisted, if you'll come onto it and hit like while it's running, then you'll have the link in your like videos. You'll have a way to get back to it. Just for the record, if you've been in here, you have the link so you can get back. So I kind of like this. And if I can figure out how to invite folks or whatever, May make Friday night fun again. Because I liked it when I could invite the guys in or whatever. Wayne's been getting busy, so I don't know what he's doing, but I think he's doing other stuff. Now I've got this working. If I can figure out how to get Corsair in over here. Oh, Husty. Oh, I almost said your name. I say it all the time anyway, but anyways. You're pretty. Stop it. I can deal with you being shy, but stop talking about my walk. Yeah, I can schedule this ahead of time. I like this. I didn't realize it was this easy to do, or I would have been doing it all along. Hey, Sister Kate from Shofar Mountain. Everybody say hello. We have a real prepper in the house. And everybody back here, best behavior. How's Jack doing? Is he holding up? He ain't got scuffed or anything. I have a slow moving vehicle sign if you need to borrow it. I am so jealous. I understand y'all earned it, but man, I'm so jealous of that little orange thing. Hey, David was lurking. We weren't talking about anything good. This is just the live stream from after the Bible study. So we were talking about prepping earlier, but what are we talking about now? We made cannibal jokes for about 20 minutes. And then Daniel left, so we had to change the subject. I don't even know what we're talking about right now. You'll get used to it. The mask lady over here, we rented a backhoe, same size little tractor, but it had the backhoe on it, the excavator on the back. And I turn around and she's out there digging caliche. She's making a hole with the backhoe. She was like in her pajamas, running a backhoe. Dad on YouTube. Now we were talking about me adjusting my schedule and stuff so I could put more pertinent content out, or more focused. I use the word focused content. Yeah, like Daniel got as my judge was in here, so we were talking about leftovers and feet and false teeth and just random stuff like that. He hasn't trolled videoed me in forever, and I'm trying to get him to troll me, and he won't troll me. I think he knows I'm trying to get him to troll me, and he won't troll me, so I'm not giving up, though. Started out, I ate his foot, and then I ate his whole body, but he still hasn't attacked me on YouTube yet. So my feelings are actually kind of hurt. Let me check on something, Sister Kate. I don't know, but I might be. It's a long drive, but I might know where there's one sitting in a field. Might. I have to go check. I don't know. It might not fit that tractor. Uh, but Daniel had one at his across the way from his house a while ago when he was doing his video. I believe. Do you want to see? I put it on Dadgummit, and Chipper's not in here. I put it on Instagram, but I haven't done the video on here yet. You want to see? You want to see my product? Chipper did a video on this. This is that knife. He said, "Whittle me this." He was actually making a gift for me. This I love this knife. But anyway, we didn't have no clothes, so I had to make her some clothes. I drew the snake myself. It was not easy to draw that snake. But got me a new Sunday go to meeting knife to wear. You know what? I should probably think about. We had banana pudding for supper. Does that count? Okay, so is there an actual tornado somewhere? Where Africanus? Where is Africanus? If you had some way to haul it, I could probably get somebody a full size backhoe for. And all the hydraulics have been gone through. It needs new front tires. But all the hydraulics have gone through. The engine's been gone through. It is a rough looking tractor, but it works. Probably get it to you for about 20 or 2,000, 2,500 bucks. If I had the money, I would own it myself. I would just let it sit out there and be yellow in my yard. It's not something you could buy and work because it's too ugly. I mean, you showed up with that on site and people would be like, well, it's not an extendo or anything anyway. But it's the old school. It's the, you have to know how to drive something with a clutch. It's not automatic. Okay. I watched the movie Gladiator, but I didn't pay that close attention to it. I was actually rewatching Alpha. I think that's the name of it. movie you have to read the words to because they're talking in some language that nobody knew existed when they were supposedly doing this. But to be realistic, they had to make up a language so that it would be realistic instead of just doing it in English, so you didn't have to read. But other than that, it's okay, except for there's a couple of parts that are kind of stupid. So, yeah. Well, I don't know where you're getting stuff like that. You can't touch a running backhoe down here. Well, this is a different country though. You can't touch a diesel backhoe down here for less than 8 grand. This one, they just, the guy that bought it's no longer around. His wife has no use for it, and it might go cheaper than that. I know what they paid for it. They paid scrap price for it and then drove it home. Paid $750 and then drove it to the house. But anyway, anybody have anything else you want to talk about? Ooh, Sister Kate, I really like that thing that Pastor Joe showed on Patreon. That was a wicked cool little knife, actually. I have one that I made that looks similar, but it's not nearly that nice. I don't have that much blade or anything. But I cheat. I just got the steel from another blade and reshaped it. I didn't forge it or nothing. So that's because you live in a desert, Corsair. If that dam ever breaks or whatever, or when yeah, I hope you got your dirt bike rigged up to get out of that place when the Tiwaki hits, because you're in a world of hurt. Yeah, is it raining there, Abe? I guess. Hey, the Millermatic 250s here. How's things been with you, JC? Yes, Rachel. We know you live in Hawaii. Um, ouch. I live in Texas. I live in the part of Texas. If we don't water our garden every day, it dies. We missed one day. We missed one water, and half of our garden died. We could not bring it back. Now, if we can keep it alive through the end of August, we'll be able to drag vegetables out of it all the way up until Christmas, or pretty near. Well, Thanksgiving at least. But you've got to keep it alive through the last part of July and the month of August. It starts cooling down after that. Depends on where you're standing. Oh, okay. Oh, that's okay, Dirt Boy. This one, I wanted to go a whole lot more in depth on it, than I did. Matter of fact, it's really hard for me not to crack the book open and just go back into it right now, because there's a lot of stuff I didn't say on that that really needs to be said. And there's no more playing around. That's why this podcast, the title, I mean, how to prep. I mean, there's the time for goofing around and playing games. It's over with. I mean, time's short. After I did that video, I did some more thinking. I'm up to 27 people. 27 people that I've spoken with personally that have talked to me about their dreams, that are having dreams that run along the same lines as other people are having. And not one-off dreams. These are people that are having dreams that they're having over and over. You know, they've had it 7 or 8 times in the past 2 months. Now, these people are from different parts of the world. I talk to people in Hawaii, New York, England, Africa, Australia, Taiwan, Nepal, Saudi Arabia, couple in Africa. I think I said Africa. Anyway, I talk to people all over the world. And everybody, well, kind of sort of wish I was in Africa right now. The dreams are all the same. They're all biblical, if you will. You know, not all of them are from Bible-believing people. They're definitely not all from the same denomination. So it is, you don't need the next cool flashlight. You don't need the next new super duper optic for your gun. If you got the means, by all means. But if you don't have the calories to support your family through what the dream is telling you, then why are you buying a new optic? If you cannot become sustainable after things turn around in your dream, then why are you bothering trying to survive through your dream? There, I went and got all serious on you. Sorry about that. In Canada, y'all all love each other. Was it going to be the French Canadians versus the real Canadians, or what? And why don't you tell people, Lord Gene, you need to email me and tell me all the goody stuff. We don't get Canadian news down here. All we hear about are mooses. The only thing, if a moose gets on a train or a train track or something, then we'll hear about it. Other than that, no. Not so much. Uncle Al, are you in here? Is that what it's called? Yeah, there he is. I don't know how many people are watching or anything like that. Oh, yeah, I got 22. There we go. This is Hangouts. This is Google Hangouts, people. They just shipped it over somewhere else. I know some Canadians that plan on being in the States come November. Yes, you have to test the spirits. Uh, HQ. I mean, there's. When I was doing the Bible study today, there was a voice that was trying to get me to go and attack the law. But the other spirit has already told me that that is not what Jesus came here for. So why would he have someone attack the law? While I am in Paul's shoes, in that all things are legal for me, that does not mean that all things are profitable. I fervently believe that the Spirit has taught me that full understanding and adhering to the don'ts in the Bible and fully understanding and living to the best of my ability in the do's in the Bible are required to grow in Christ, to win the fight, to run the race. You have to know the law. You have to respect the law. You have to count the precepts of God as important. They are God's written law. Now, do they have the power to cast you into hell? No. That sole authority now rests with Christ on the judgment seat. That's it. I don't believe that you'll be judged by the law. You will be judged by the Spirit of the law, which dwells in you through the Holy Ghost. So if you're not listening to the Holy Ghost when it comes to the way you deal with stuff, who is going to tell you, he's going to explain it to you with the Word, then you're in trouble. I have a huge respect and listen to his sermons. I don't comment to Pastor Joe Fox. I've actually gone back and watched a lot of his old stuff. I I occasionally comment on Sister Kate stuff because she's just a sweetheart. And Pastor Joe is just like a real person too, by the way. He's sorry, Pastor Joe, but he's cool. I mean, he's just a cool guy. So don't let his online persona fool you. He's actually just normal, cool dude. He's real people. But I respect the way they follow God. I following Yeshua. I respect a lot about what he does. The Spirit doesn't talk to me and tell me to do what he does. It has never told me to condemn what he's doing. I would really, really like to be in the Ozarks right now. That I am scared to death we are going to get trapped in the desert. When we bought this place was not dying. This place was green. We had lakes. We had springs. We had live springs within walking distance of our house. They've sucked them all dry. They've killed this part of the state. We're leaving. We can't stay here. So yeah. Good night, Mrs. West. Your husband's really smart. You should listen to him all the time and stuff. And make him sandwiches. She'll get me when I get in there. Anyway, I was talking and wasn't reading the chat. So if anybody said anything cool about but Lori Jean, where are you looking for your path? Exactly what Sister Kate said. Uh, do y'all, yeah, y'all may just use a hoe or whatever. We have a, well, I should have a box of them sitting right here, but I don't, which means if I need them, I'm in trouble now. We keep snake shot, 22 snake shot, and we have a single shot 22. You put that in there, and if you can get the end of the gun within 5 to 10 foot of the snake, 5 foot, it obliterates this. 10 foot, it obliterates that. So that's what we keep around for that. Be right back. I gotta get some more coffee. As far as when I went in there, a thought ran through my head, so y'all bear with me here. I go jumping ship again. If there is any doubt in your mind as to whether or not the world is falling apart, everybody keeps waiting for this big event. The event that is going to change your world may not be anything to anybody else. We all have a very good friend. Him and his family are living in Tijuana right now. Stay alive, don't die, people. Get to know God. Get right. Get really, really right. Because I guarantee you, if y'all haven't, go to my community deal and watch Christy's video. It's on Facebook. She didn't put it on YouTube. It's on Facebook, so you have to have a Facebook account. Just wow. I don't know what. I like to think that my faith is anywhere close to that. But if somebody got stupid and killed my 2 daughters, I mean, how does your world ever get right after that? So Don't wait for this giant major event. If God's telling you to do something with your life, to change something in your life, get it done now. Don't wait for the right time. Don't wait for everything to fall into place. Do it. Y'all go reshare that GoFundMe deal thing too. $1,900 for a doctor's visit, man. How they gonna pay for that? Well, they still don't even know if that lady had insurance or not. Did I say that I really respect the way Church of Christ people sing? I didn't know they could sing that good. It's like everybody in the church could sing. I was the only one in the church who could sing. Exactly, Aid. You have to make it fall into place yourself. You have to make it happen. We want to go to Arkansas or Oklahoma. Calm down, Biddy. Or somewhere. Or what is it? Arkansas? We want to be not here. It's not just, I mean, we're not going to get a phone call for, hey, man, you don't move to Arkansas? We got you a 2-acre lot right here. We have to find our 10 acres and make it happen. Then it's going to be easy? No. I mean, we're literally going to have to leave our grandkids here. We're going to have to drive. We're going to be the grandparents that have to drive somewhere to see our grandkids. Right now, we just like, one of them's 15 minutes. 15 minutes we can be there. She stayed with us the other night. First time she ever stayed with anybody but her mom. They chose us. Yes. The other one, they're an hour and 10 ish. Yep. The other 20 minutes we could be at Rob's house. So, dang it. Hour and 30 to, but and they're here the first, third, fifth weekend of the month or whatever. So, yeah, I'm sorry. I mean to do the whole Rob thing deal. Sorry. Anyways. There's no time like now. Yeah, I'm not moving to California. I'm trying to get out of the desert. We're already Texifornia now. It's surrounded by blue. The only part of the state that wasn't blue, the blue people drained all the water out. Can't believe Houston, Austin, and Dallas stole all my water. So I thought about going to Missouri, but I mean, I've made a lot of Arkansas jokes, but I've made a lot of Missouri jokes. So, probably never going to be welcome in Kansas. I'm really hoping, I keep hoping he'll call me and tell me that he's done something, because if he does that one thing, I'm going to try to buy some of it off of him. A friend of mine is looking at a big chunk of dirt in Arkansas. Really hope I hope he does what's right for him. But that would be super cool. Where you at, Lori Jean? You told me, but you're Canada. That's right, you're Canada. Or which one of you people was from Minnesota? Minnesota, eh? Somebody that comes in here is from Minnesota. I know a few good, decent Canadians. Hey, is there really like a desert in Canada? Lori Jean? Oh, I saw a deal. It was on dinosaurs because I like fiction, and they were showing some what they call them people that dig up bone, and they was in Canada, and it was a desert. I just wondering because I would really like to go there if that's like a real place. Oh, never mind. Not interested. No cadmium here. Oh, kayfabe. That's right. Yes, kayfabe. She is Minnesota. Oh, so it's like going from here to El Paso, then, eh? Ah, that was Minnesota. See, I can do Minnesota all day long. Wow, it just freaks me out. I thought Canada was like green and mooses. I thought you had trees and mooses and maple syrup. So y'all have a Central Plains too. That's so. Oh, yeah. That's it's been a rough little bit. Me and Mrs. make jokes about it all the time. The reason we never had friends is because you don't miss them when they leave or whatever. And over the past 3 years, thank you, people, we've started making friends all over the flipping country. And some of you people have come to mean a whole lot to us. you know who you are. And Robert and his family are the first ones that we met face to face. And it just doesn't make any damn sense to me at all that two of the best human beings I have ever had the privilege of meeting get taken out like that. With when Rob's kids were in the room, I didn't feel like I deserved to be breathing the same air as those people. But they surround themselves with believers. Their entire, well, Christy and the girls, their world revolved around fellow believers. Rob worked outside of the stuff. It wasn't, he had outside influence like all of us guys do. But he wasn't that guy that would just switch on and start acting like everybody else he was working around. He's not. Y'all see Rob in here. Y'all see how he acts and stuff like that. Y'all, that man's, I don't know why he ate the preacher. They act a whole lot better than me. Don't tell him I said that. I'll deny it. I'll delete this live stream. But it doesn't jive. There's nothing you can do to stop it. It's, the attacks are going to keep coming and coming and coming and coming from every angle. So if there's something you need to do, if the Lord is leading you to do something, then do it. Don't wait. Because you don't know what is it. We're not promised tomorrow. So do it today. This necklace has been in my house since I married my wife. Never seen her wear it. I don't know why it's always on my stuff. I don't know why that mattered. Corsair seasons are where you get to see something different besides blue skies and 70 to 80 degree temperatures. I thought they were burning the pine. I thought they'd figured out that they could burn out the pine beetles and stuff. Are they not doing that? But then again, they'd have to have a lot of people out there. That's a lot of tree cut because you got to get out there. You got to cut the trees, pile them up, burn them. You got to get her done. And you've got to go outside the dead zone. So I don't know. I guess, then they'd probably get in trouble for burning the trees and making carbon dioxide or whatever. So I don't know. What'd Walter say? Wow. Well, I've had in the past couple of years. I've had my fill of funerals. Well, I'm up to here with funerals. It ain't too old anymore. That's cause of global climate change, which is not man-made. It's something that happens. It's a cyclic thing, and well, it'll all go back. But I think we got an ice age coming. I'm sorry. I really do. I want to be, but everybody thinks, oh, it's going to be an ice age, and there's going to be ice caps all the way down into Kansas. That'll take a while. Uh, the next 150, 200, 300, 400 years or whatever, all flank Arkansas will be pretty good. Maybe even great. Maybe even longer than that. If it's a big ice age. I don't know how big that. If it's like a big major ice age, which will affect Europe first. By the way. Well, Europe and New England. Sorry. Um, we don't need to buy Greenland, by the way. Okay, why? Stupid. You can use infected trees for lumber? Wouldn't that spread them if you cut the tree and make lumber out of it? Wouldn't moving the tree from point A to point B spread the beetle larva to a bigger area? I'm just asking. Now they do have a lot of fresh water, but it's all in ice right now. Frog. Oh, okay. And then you have to get it to the kiln. You can't just kiln dry stuff. Well, I guess you could, but can you imagine the cost of an on-site? And that's you would have to. You don't have to on-site lumber it. You'd have to. You couldn't haul the logs. You'd have to cut the logs and run it through a kiln on site. Within the contaminated area, and then why? Who brought up an engineering thing? Who put logistics and stuff? Who put a problem in front of me? We're not going to do that. I did that to myself. We're going to let that go. Freeze. The thing is, we are all guilty of making China more powerful than us. We all shop at Amazon. We all shop on eBay. We all get. Where is it? Where's my search bar? I just got a new one. CH Cadell's. Uh, where is it? We all buy knockoff stuff. gotta quit. And I bought that at an American store, but it ain't made in America. I mean, we all did it. We wanted to save pennies on our dollars. We supported the guys at Shark Tank that were saying, well, you want to make that in the U.S., but it costs you $3 to make it here. We can ship it to China and get it made for $1.25. So let's do that. If you'll let us do that, we'll give you the money. And we were all okay with that. So, again, get a mirror. Look in the mirror. There's the problem. This is America. We can't blame anything wrong with this country on anybody but us. We are citizens. We're supposed to be the ones out there actively governing ourselves. So, yeah. It's hard. It's impossible to do that in this town. There's no local stuff. It can't be done. I can't even buy local feed anymore. So, I mean, my options have stopped. No, that was bad mining practices, Truth Freeze. I'm going to call you on that one. You must be listening to some of that uh, Florida Marquis stuff or something, or type stuff. Uh, the when I was a kid, they didn't care. The EPA went overboard on stuff, and when the free trade started, that was China. Everybody's like, "Oh, America's doing all this, that, and everything else." No, they put the carbon stamp on us, but the emissions are the bad, dirty, nasty stuff that's going in the air is coming from China and Mexico and South America, where all the manufacturing happens, or well, Asia, because they don't have the EPA. It's not as much the labor as it is the tooling costs. You can build a plant in Mexico and make a Chevrolet Silverado for less than you can in the U.S. because there's not as many EPA rules. And then you can sell the Chevy Silverado for the same price as the ones that are made in the U.S. You don't really make any money off the ones in the U.S., but you do off the ones made in Mexico. And you keep it really quiet. You don't let people know that the Chevy Silverado is actually made in Mexico. Okay. You don't tell anybody. I'm just saying, you know. But then again, we did that. We let that happen. Because it was good for us at the time. The people who voted it in, the people who voted for the people that were pushing it, it was going to be a good thing for us. And it was for 4 or 5 years. And then it got real bad real fast. And it's gotten worse. Other countries are gaining wealth and we're losing wealth. Our middle class is this middle class were the people that had the jobs of building stuff to be sold. The guy running the giant machine that made the cell phone case. There was a guy that did that. He doesn't have his job anymore. The guy that ran the machine that made the coffee cup, there was a guy that had that job. Gal, somebody had that job. Don't have that job anymore. Because it's somewhere else. Production, producing a product, producing a thing, whether it be oil and gas, glass, lumber, food. Producing food really doesn't pay that well. Computers, silverware, steel, siding, whatever, firearms, ammunition, toys. Producing stuff actually takes your labor and turns it into something of worth. So there's real wealth there. There's real worth. There's real value in it. We lost that. We gave that away. We shipped the real value to other countries. And now we don't have, our entire economy revolves around this crap. Which is a piece of cloth with ink on it. It's not backed by anything of real value. It has purchasing power. I know I can go out and buy $1 worth of stuff with this dollar. But this dollar, when I was 14, would have nearly bought my lunch. Actually, if I had a quarter to go with it, I could have got a sandwich and a soda. One place I can think of that's not open anymore, downtown right here, when my kids were little, you could go in there for $3. You could get a sandwich, a soda, and an ice cream cone. That's 10 or 12 bucks somewhere now. That's $10 at McDonald's. So while a dollar still has $1 worth of purchasing power, the purchasing power isn't real. It's inflated. Oh, he said the inflated word. Now y'all know where I stand on that. And I'm starting to rant on stuff that aggravates me. So I am going to, how long have I been doing? Oh, this is an hour and 48 minutes long already. Seriously, do something constructive. Do it. If God's telling you to do something, do it. Make sure it's God. Don't quit your job and move to the mountains and live in a cardboard box. God's not going to tell you to do that either. That would be crazy. Now, I'm not going to say that he's not going to tell you to buy a check of dirt somewhere and live in your car while you're building your house. Because he might do that. That's responsible. And that's just, But, chunk everything you own and walk out the door and just trust God and everything. And, even like to the point of letting your kids starve to death or whatever. Vote. If you don't like the people running, find somebody you want in there. Local level. Tell them, no, dude, you want me to keep using your lawn service? You're running for the office. Make good people get in the places at the bottom. Then when the people at the top try to tell the people at the bottom what to do, they say, no, that's not what the people here want. We're not going to do that. That's why sheriffs and police forces and mayors and stuff like that are balking at the federal government, because the voters, the local voters, said no. So that's how you do it. We take the country over politically from the bottom up. Doesn't matter who's sitting in the White House. Honestly, it could be Mickey Mouse. They're dead on YouTube. If you're in here, I use Mickey Mouse reference. It's, you know, anybody can be the CEO of a company. They don't do much. We need the on-site managers, the line foremans, the supervising foremans, and the what are department heads. We need all those. We need all those people on our side. We need people actually doing work on our side. We need to take the people that are on our side, that think like us, that believe like us, and get them in the supervising jobs. And we need to get pretty dead quick, because it's going to be rough enough. Because it's coming, no matter what we do. But it's going to be rough enough without us just sitting there going, oh, there's nothing I can do. I already said I was getting off here, and I lied to y'all because I didn't. Anyway, Wes, that's the real one. I don't know if she ever put the link in there. I'll leave this video up for a couple of days or longer, maybe, whatever. And I'll try to remember to drop a link to that channel in the description. That gummit. I may use this to do the things or whatever, but the Bible studies will stay. Whenever I can make it work out to where I can do the premieres like I did today, I really like doing it that way. We'll stay Tuesday nights at 7:30. Then the after chat we'll either go to Wes S the Real One or Wes S the Real One on Patreon. If it's on Patreon, it will be public. Okay. It just I've got to clear my page on YouTube. On the Wes S channel, I've got to clear my page so my focused material stands out. Okay. I love all you people. I really do. Pray for one another. Pray for yourself. Remember to pray for yourself. Read the book. Pray over the book. Live by the book. He really did give us an instruction manual. Okay. God bless y'all. All y'all stay alive. Don't die.